President Fitz on the hit show Scandal.
And
of course, one of my favorite movies, Ghost. Now he's starring in the new Broadway show Network. Please welcome Tony Goldwyn. Glad you got here okay. It's so yucky out there.
Well, today's better than yesterday, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
It's melting a little.
It was like the traffic completely froze in the tri-state area yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like New York's never seen snow before.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well,
I don't know. Every year they forget.
They underestimated, which in turn made a lot of us have to walk, which we weren't too happy about. I don't like exercise. I didn't expect to do.
through 6 inches of slush.
Yes.
6 inches of slush. Yeah. But we want to talk about your new Broadway show, Network.
Thank you. Yeah. Super
Network.
excited about it.
And
really great.
The cool thing about this show, they stage it it's staged in like really inventive ways.
Yeah. So I'm doing the show with Bryan Cranston, who's
I love him.
He's the best guy and the best actor. Anyway, but the show is directed by this visionary Belgian director named Ivo van Hove, and it's a sort of a satire of the media. And so Ivo does all this multimedia stuff. Like we do a scene on the street that's filmed live every night. We leave the theater. Tatiana Maslany and I, who's also in the show, Tatiana from Orphan Black, who's so brilliant.
She's
right?
so amazing.
We leave the theater, we do a scene on 44th Street, and then we come in and continue it on stage.
You mean like walking down 45th with people just around?
Oh yeah,
you?
like whatever's
selfies
happening.
And thing? Do they...
Well, there was one guy the other night who was following us as we're doing our thing, and he was let's just say he was feeling good. He was feeling better than me. And, last night there was a school bus going brrr, and 2 guys commenting on what we were saying and going. So, anyway, it's...
Oh, my gosh, like answering you as you go.
Yeah. But it's really fun.
That's like an acting exercise every evening.
It is. It's a challenge. But there's all kinds of amazing multimedia stuff in this play. And we actually have some of the audience...
sit on the stage
with us. There is a restaurant on stage. People are eating dinner
really?
While we're acting and doing our thing. Yeah, it's weird.
Like to have humans just sitting there eating while you're trying to do a show.
Right, so Bryan and I have a scene where we're literally at a bar talking, and I'm like this, and there's audience members right where you guys are. So we're doing a scene, and it's projected for the rest of the audience on giant screens. So some of it is, like you're watching TV, because that's what the show's about. And other things like you're watching a Broadway theater.
And these people, they pay extra for that?
The tickets are pretty darn expensive.
Does it include the food? Is it all
includes
inclusive?
The food and booze, too. So people can drink.
People can drink, too?
Yep.
Wow.
And there are waiters serving dinner and drinks while we're doing the show. Well, there you go.
There we go. We're going to see if we can continue this.
It's kind of exactly like this.
This is a little distracting.
So do we interact or
no? Well, you're the actor. I'm just here. I'm just trying to practice how you do it.
Well, we don't. I've been experimenting with it because sometimes, like, I'll walk through. If you're in the middle of a scene, it's a little bit weird. But I've sort of. How are you guys doing? How's the food?
That's wonderful.
I see a club sandwich. What do you eat now?
It's just veggies.
Just veggies,
yes.
No alcohol. This is GMA Day, so.
Yes.
You only need the alcohol for the morning show. But your show, Network, it's famous for this one line.
Oh, I love it.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
That's right.
What makes you mad? Because you seem like a pretty even keel guy.
I'm pretty even keeled. Well, my wife, who I adore and revere more than anybody in the world.
That's a great way to preface it.
That's how I preface it.
Something good's coming on.
We've been married for 31, or I lose count, years. But she has a habit that she doesn't close cabinet doors.
Oh my gosh, neither does my husband.
Really? It's the craziest thing.
I call it poltergeisting.
It's so weird. I walk in and I bang my head, trying to get a coffee cup.
Yep.
Because she's left it open. I go, why did you leave the cabinet door open? And she's like, okay. And she always acknowledges it like, I will next time. And she never does.
Because my husband says I wasn't done, I'll come back. And I'm like, when? When is that going to be your return
She's
trip?
like, and why would I close it? I'm just going to use it again in a few minutes.
Well, when are you both going to realize maybe it's done on purpose?
No, I think that's true. It's a control thing.
They're driving you both crazy.
So that makes me, I always say, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore, which is the line from the play. Which is based, if you don't know, there's a great classic film called Network.
Oh, it's so good.
That is what this...
Every time I sweat, I think of him.
It's a great, so which is what this play is, an adaptation of that screenplay. It's completely different and amazing, but that's what it's from. So anyway,
you've done so much theater. Have you ever had anything go wrong on stage? Because you talk about these distractions and the setup of things. Any bad moments?
Many bad moments.
Oh my gosh, share. We've got time.
The craziest thing that happened years ago, I was doing a play on Broadway with Laura Linney, a 1920s comedy called Holiday. And it was a lot, very fast-paced comic dialogue. And I was on stage with a wonderful actor named Reg Rogers. And my character was on stage for the entire second act. And I was in white tie and tails. And Reg and I had this scene where we were like talking really fast back and forth. And we'd been running for about 3 months. And all of a sudden I just went blank. And my lines just disappeared. I had no idea what I was saying, what I was supposed to say. And my memory just went blank. And I looked at Reg like, and he looked at me like, dude, you're in trouble. And it probably lasted maybe 2 seconds, but it felt like a minute where I was just falling through space. And then somehow, I don't know how, we got back on track. I don't think the audience even noticed, but about 10 seconds after we got back in the groove, I broke out into a flop sweat. I started sweating profusely, like just sweating so that my clothes were, this fancy suit, I was instantly soaked. And I could feel the blood rush into my face. Anyway, I was on stage for the next half hour without exiting, and people would come and go. And I finally got through the thing, and it was the intermission, and I go backstage, and there are paramedics there. And they come and surround me, and what had happened was people had come on, done a scene with me, and left the stage and said, something's wrong with Tony, he's having a heart attack. he's bright red. I guess my face was beet red, and I was sweating, and so they called 911.
Or a panic attack. It sounds like, I would...
Or a panic. It was a weird, reaction to...
Because the crazy thing is that 2 seconds seems like 20 minutes.
That's what it is, yeah.
Whenever you know people are watching you, and then you don't know if it's going to come back to you.
Like,
even more frightening.
When you played football, did you ever have, super stressful moments where something went wrong?
Oh, absolutely.
And the stakes seem so high that...
See, I would just close my eyes and hit somebody. That's what works for me.
I'm going to try that.
Tony, that's how you do it.
Excellent. All right.
And I got to
Brian
say,
Cranston, watch out.
I kind of like this.
It's good.
The more the merrier.
This is fun, right?
It's great.
Hey, you guys are on TV, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they really like
They're
the
like
food.
AI guests back here.
They're doing that holiday. Oh, I really like the turkey, Mom.
Our food's better on Network.
Well, your food is better on Network?
Yeah.
Well, people should go check this out, man.
It's really an incredible
and pay extra
show.
To get on stage, be a part of the show. I love that. And we got a big thank you, Tony. I mean, I've been a big fan for a long time, as everyone in this room has been. And Network, it's in previews right now. It opens on December the 6th at Broadway's Belasco Theater, which is right down the street. Make sure you get your tickets now.